guys, Dan with CNSave.com. Getting back into the YouTube videos. And I'm going to go back to doing my eBay sales in one weekly update. So I'll do it vlog style as they come in, do it over the course of 1 week and upload that into one video. So if you like to see the eBay sales update video, keep watching because that's what this one is, as I try to button this button with one hand. Oh, forget it. I'll do it with when I put the camera down. Okay, so while I took off of YouTube for a couple weeks, I have had sales. Things have been going well. I have been changing my listings to 30 days, so they end after 30 days, and then I do a sell similar, relist it that way, so it registers as a new item in eBay's catalog, and that seems to be helping. I've also been taking free shipping off of most items, adding the shipping in, and then dropping the price on some items, because I feel like people, this button's driving me nuts, I feel like people are more likely to get the cheaper price, and then if shipping is reasonable on top of it, yeah, I did it, then they'll pay that. So that's what I did with both of these items. This is just a Tommy Hilfiger polo, just a plain blue, extra large. It finally sold for $7.99, but the buyer did pay shipping. And then this set of flatware, which isn't a very desirable pattern, I dropped it down to $9.99 and buyer paid shipping as well. So I do make a little bit on the shipping, not like a huge amount. I always consider it just my handling fee, pays for supplies and whatnot. But yeah, I've see some sales. I have been sharing some on Instagram. I sold the big Little People Village that I had for $100. And mostly just, you know, small stuff, small sales going out the door. But, you know, I'd rather have at least a few small sales a day than nothing. So since I've kind of committed myself to doing this again and using my space here, I might as well utilize it, list what I have, and I guess as much as I can cram into this space, that's what I should do. Another item that just sold is this Polaroid impulse camera. I was not able to test this to see if it's working because I don't have the film, batteries, whatnot. So I just listed it as untested, and it sold right away. I listed it last night for $19.99 with the buyer paying shipping. It is now Saturday night, and I have been in my office researching items so that I can do photographs and list tomorrow and Monday, holiday weekend, since I'm taking Monday off of blogging. I usually do that on holidays because the deal sites aren't releasing the new coupons and freebies and all that stuff. So anyway, hopefully that's what I can work on. But I did have 3 eBay sales come through. So when I was on my little break from YouTube, I was having some interesting sales, like hard goods and vintage and stuff was selling. Now I feel like I've started filming again and all it is clothes. I swear I was selling more interesting things. But anyway, 3 pieces of clothing. I have been trying to move this stuff faster, lowering prices. So each of these pieces sold for $9.99. This is an Aeropostale shirt, new with tag, $9.99. Tommy Hilfiger polo, $9.99. This is a really nice Old Navy jacket. It's a really pretty blue. It's an extra large. The fun lining. I've had it for quite some time now. It's always had washers, but just wouldn't move. So again, $9.99. Now the buyers all paid shipping on top of that. So for the clothing brands I sell that I can find around here, I just feel like $9.99 is the magic point, you know, but if that's going to be it, I've got to get this stuff for $1 or less. I'm fine selling things for $10 with the buyer's paying shipping. I'm totally fine with that as long as I can pay $1 or less. At Goodwill on half off days, jackets. Okay, so the way they price jackets at my Goodwill, they start at $5.25 and they go up, but most of them are $5.25. So on half off day, I'm paying, you know, a little, what? Or is it $5.75 now? Oh, it's $5.75. I told a lie. No, I just forgot. They're $5.75 now. So half off day, I'm paying a little less than $3. Spend $3 to make 10, not worth it to me. Shirts at Goodwill, half off day, they're normally $4.25. So they're a little, they're like $2.12. Again, not really worth it to me. I know you're like, oh, it's only $1, but it's a lot of work to sell clothes. So I've got to be able to get the stuff for $1 or less if it's a $10 sale. You know, of course, some things will sell for more, but like I said with this, a lot of people were watching this, but it just never moved until it got down to that magic price point. You know, if I can get clothes cheap and put them up for $9.99 and sell them fast, that's just a better method. Again, because of the brands I can find here in the middle of Iowa. So I'm not focusing on clothes right now in terms of sourcing them, since it's estate sale prime time season. I'm just sourcing hard goods and vintage and getting that stuff up and working through the clothes that I already have up. It is Sunday morning, Memorial Day weekend still. Well, yeah, it would be when it wouldn't like it ended until the weekend's over. Duh. Okay, starting off the day with 4 eBay sales. This is just a little Shopkins new and tag plush. I think I paid $1 or $2. It sold for $9.99 with the buyer paid shipping. Just a little pack of figurines. I got a bunch of these for either $1 or 50 cents. This one sold for $9.95 with free shipping. It's lightweight, goes first class. This little Ramada glass, I think I got it at a fill bag sale. It sold for $9.99 buyer paid shipping. And then these Precious Moments bells. You guys know I did a big bulk buy of Precious Moments several months ago. Basically paid 40 cents each. I don't normally pick up Precious Moments unless it's, you know, like that bulk buy, whatever. And this I put up for auction because it had watchers, and it went for $9.99 buyer paid shipping. Then they didn't pay. And so what I do with unpaid buyers is I let the time elapse that eBay gives them. eBay does give them, I think, 3 to 4 days to pay. And then you can just go in and click the resolve a problem, and buyer hasn't paid. And that's what I do. I don't, sometimes if things are slow and I have the time, I will send them a message. Hey, your PayPal payment is due by tomorrow. Just a friendly reminder. But a lot of times I just don't. And I put the unpaid case through, and then they paid, and they paid shipping on top of that. So I know a lot of people get really worked up when people don't pay, but eBay does give them some time to do it. So you just have to be patient and just use the systems eBay has in place. After the 3 or 4 days are up, they haven't paid, then you can file the claim. 95% of the time they pay. You know, there's no need to keep emailing people. I mean, I've heard of people even like getting the phone numbers and calling, but you need to pay. Yeah, you got to go with eBay's rules. They give buyers some time to pay. You have to give them that. And then there is a system to file the claim. And if they don't pay, the case gets closed. You get all your fees back and you can relist. And in that case, I then block the buyer. So it all works out. Talk about how I'm switching my listings from good till cancel to 30 days, and it's working. This is a little cup I've had for several months now. It's just sat there. I've done best offer. I've lowered the price. I've had it on sale, nothing. Ended it, relisted it using sell similar, so it shows up as a new listing. Re-upped the price to $9.99. I did put best offer on it, but it sold full price, $9.99. So to me, 30 days works so much better than good till canceled. I can do the relistings on my phone. It's super easy. Yes, it is more work than list it and forget it. But for me personally, I just find it works. So I'm really happy to have gone back to that. It is now Sunday after dinner, and just sold this set of mixing bowls. These went with a Hamilton Beach stand mixer I bought. The 2 things that were good out of it were the beaters. I sold those for $40, and then I sold the bowls here together for $25. When you get those stand mixers, there are other parts that can be pieced out, like the little knob in front, but the one I had was really trash, but the beaters and the bowls were in good shape. So that was a $5 investment that I turned into 65 sales, not net, but sales. So good deal on that. Buyer paid shipping, of course, on these. One is marked Pyrex, but the other isn't, but they do go together. So, oh well, another nice bulky piece out of here. It is now Monday, Memorial Day, and I have 4 sales to start the day. This is a Cloud Pet. I got several of these for $1. They're not worth much. Did sell it for $9.99, buyer paid shipping. Then these Lane Bryant jeans. I also paid $1. These sold for $19.99 with the buyer paid shipping. My foray into pants. Pants seem to sell slow, But when you get them for $1, whatever. Again, $1 on these. These are Liz Claiborne. They're new with tags. Paid $1 and they sold for $9.99. No, that is a lie. They sold for $8.99. I think. Let me double check. Ha, I was right the first time. They did sell for $9.99 with the buyer paid shipping. And just an Eddie Bauer sweater vest. I only got it because it was Dollar Day. Normally I try to, well, I mean, Eddie Bauer can sell. There's some pieces that do sell. I don't have very good luck with sweaters, but again, I paid $1. It sold for $9.99 and the buyer did pay shipping. So $4 investment here and $20, $30, $40, $50 in sales with the buyer paying shipping. So not a bad way to start the day. Hey guys, it is now Wednesday, May 31st. Haven't filmed any eBay sales in a couple days. I have had 2 very small ones. Today's the 1-year anniversary of Max passing away, so it's a hard day. I've also been dealing with a 5-day migraine, or migraines. Like I get one, I kind of get rid of it, and then it comes back. I've been waking up in the middle of the night with migraines, and that's, if you ever had migraines, headaches, you know that by the time the migraine's already like fully blown, it's kind of hard to get the migraine medicine going. You need to take that stuff right when it first starts. So I've just been taking a lot of medicine, resting. It's just, I can't remember dealing with one this long that like goes away, comes back, goes away, comes back. So it's kind of frustrating. Haven't felt very well. Last night I got a message from eBay, and it wasn't my eBay messages, it wasn't a spoof, that my account had been restricted and all my listings had ended. And then I needed to contact them to verify my account to get going again. And I'm like, oh my God. I'm thinking I've been hacked. There's some sort of, you know, horrible thing has happened. I'm going to get on there. It's going to be no problem. eBay's being proactive. It's not going to be that big of a deal. So, you know, you get on the phone, you hold. I was on the hold for about 5 minutes. Finally got through to an agent. I don't know what country she was in. She didn't sound Indian. And she didn't sound, you know, Latina or European. I don't know where she was from, but it was definitely a call center. You could hear all the noise. I could barely hear her. I could barely understand her. And I said, oh, my account's been restricted. I was supposed to call and verify my stuff. So she gets on my account and, you know, she's reading the script and blah, blah, blah. And she asks me if I know of another person's account, and she said the account name, and I recognized it as someone who years ago I taught how to sell on eBay. I'm not going to go into the whole story of this person or that situation or whatnot, but 4 or 5 years ago I was teaching someone to sell on eBay. We'll just leave it at that. And during that process, a few times they gave me their login info, and I would go on to their account through my computer and fix things that they had done wrong. And probably a couple times under my supervision, and only for a few minutes, they used my computer to log onto their account, but I was always there, you know. This person ended up really messing up on eBay. He lost that account. He's lost more accounts in the future. I don't know how he keeps getting back on. I wasn't involved with any of that. After that initial helping him like learn how to do eBay, I didn't have anything to do with his eBay account, store, anything like that. And again, this was 4 or 5 years ago, so it's a long time ago. But I recognized when she said the name, and I said, well, that's someone I used to, or I had taught how to sell on eBay. So that's several years ago. They wouldn't have, because they could tell that it was on the same device. They could tell that that account had been accessed on my device. Yes, she said device. Well, I have 2 computers, iPhone, Kindle, and I told her that I'm like, those are the devices I have. Now, at the time she's telling me this, I'm not remembering that, oh yeah, way back when I did access his account a few times to fix stuff. But again, we're talking years ago. Basically, this person has messed up all of their eBay accounts so much, they've been able to figure out that all of their accounts are this one person. And then because they could trace one of the accounts being logged onto my device, it raised a red flag to them that I might have something to do with it. So they they didn't suspend me, but they restricted me and they took all my listings down. and I couldn't list or anything like that, but my account was still there, you know, my store. I was just restricted. So we go on about, I'm like, look, this was several years ago. I don't know. You know, this was several years ago that a few times, yeah, I probably logged into that account, but I don't know what this person's doing. I don't have these, she was listing off these other accounts. I'm like, I don't know what those are. And before we got to that, I'm sorry, this is so new and I've had a migraine. Before we got to my device being traced to this other person's account, I kept saying, what is the problem with my listings? What's the problem? Why were they pulled? And she said, there are red flags on your listings. And I'm like, what are they? We can't tell you that because that would be giving information out that could harm the site. And I'm like, if I don't know what the problem is, how can I fix it? And of course, she's reading from her script, and I'm getting hot. I'm getting ticked off because I'm like, look, I have been on here for 12 years. I have always followed the rules. I've never had a problem. And now suddenly it's my listings have a red flag, and my listings have ended. What am I supposed to do if I don't know how to fix anything? And she basically at one point said, ma'am, there are millions of people on eBay, and then something about we can't worry or be concerned with just one, me. They can't worry about my account and my own problems because they have all these other people to please, basically. Which was like, oh. And she kind of yelled that at me. She was pissed at this point because she's reading from her script, and I don't think she knows what to say because she really doesn't know anything about this, because I was constantly she'd put me on hold, then come back, put me on hold, then come back. So that was first round. Then we got to the, do you know this other account? Okay, straightened that part out. Then I'm on hold again. Then she comes back. Do you have a Tommy Hilfiger brown leather purse listed? And it's like, yes. Well, I did before you pulled it. But anyway, yes. Where did you get that? I said, at an estate sale. And she didn't say anything. I said, you know, a moving sale, like a garage sale. That's where I got it. Well, can you verify if it's authenticity? I said, no, but Tommy Hilfiger purses aren't generally the kind that get knocked off. It's not a high-end brand. I've never come across a fake Tommy Hilfiger bag. And I said, I've sold Tommy Hilfiger bags a lot. You know, they're one of the nicer ones to pick up because they're not knocked off. And they usually, you know, you can make a decent profit on them. And so that was another red flag. She's like, well, we're really working with, you know, the big brands, and they're all concerned about fakes and knockoffs, which I get. And I said, well, okay, but if one of my listings looked like there might be a problem, and a couple times in the past that's happened. I remember I had a Coach purse that I thought was authentic, but they said it wasn't. I said, the listing just gets pulled, not my entire account shut down. I said, so I'll just pull that. It's not a big deal. So again, on hold, back again, on hold, back again. Finally, she's like, okay, we're going to reinstate your account. Okay, thank you. However, here's the situation. I now am basically like on the 90-day probation that they give people, where for the next 90 days, every time I sell something, my funds can be held up to 21 days. I guess they just want to make sure the transaction goes through. I don't know if this is what they do to new sellers maybe now. But yeah, so I have that. So now anything I sell is going to be held for up to 21 days, and then I can get the money, and that'll go on for the next 3 months. Make sure there's no further problems. So now I'm going through all my eBay listings and relisting them, and going through each one, making sure the emails match up. Did I say that? Yeah, that was the other thing. In the Tommy Hilfiger listing, the email I had for that listing was different than the other emails in my other listings. Now I have 3 emails I use for PayPal. I have my eBay specific email, but I also have one for my blog, and then I just have another one. And depending on the payments I get, like I do affiliate marketing, some of them pay through PayPal, so I have, you know, my blog email for that. And apparently that purse listing, I maybe did, when I was creating it, put in a different email. One of my other ones, I don't remember doing that. I don't know why I would, But apparently that email is different from the others, so that created a red flag. So basically, here's the roundup. Make sure you have the same PayPal email in all your eBay listings. Don't ever let anyone access their PayPal account on your devices, because even if it's years ago, eBay can trace it. And yeah, I don't know. I'm upset because I always try to follow the rules. I try to do everything the right way. I'm a stickler for the rules, and I followed the rules, and maybe that's why they didn't completely suspend me just outright. I was able to get on and talk to them and reinstate it. This agent that I had, again, was not good, but did eventually get it fixed. But now I'm on this probationary period. So yeah, it's really upsetting. I'm ticked off at this other person because they've screwed up their life so bad, and now it's still affecting me. So yeah, it's frustrating, it's upsetting, depressing. Yeah, so there's that. So anyway, I don't have any new sales to show you, but I'm gonna get back to relisting stuff. Hopefully some sales will start in. I can't get to new listings because I got to go through all these. I did 85 last night. I still have over 800 to do, one by one. And then I have to pay for them. I'm not getting those fees back. So anyway, that is the situation right now. I thought I would just put this story in the middle of my weekly sales, and I'll keep filming and then put this video up next week sometime, but I'm not a happy camper right now, and I don't really know what to do about it. So anyway, that is the update for now. Hopefully the next time I turn this camera on, I will have an eBay sale to show you. Charlie, your tail doesn't come off. It's part of you. Oh, you guys are being rough. Don't be rough. It is now Thursday night. I'm exhausted. I had a busy day of errands and stuff around the house and not much to do with eBay. I did just spend a little time getting some more stuff relisted. I had a sale of a shirt that I forgot to film. It was an LL Bean shirt. I sold it for $10, buyer paid shipping. And then I just sold this Kermit the Frog mug. I got several of these different designs. I paid $3 each. And I'm selling them for the full price, original $12.95 with buyers paying shipping. So tomorrow I don't anticipate going anywhere, but that could always change. If it happens that I don't have to go anywhere, maybe I can get some stuff up on eBay because sales are slow. I definitely, even though I just relisted or did sell similar on like 900 things that are registering as new, it's still slow. So I have quite a bit that needs to get listed. So we'll see if I can get to that and if it sparks sales. It is Friday morning. I had 2 sales overnight. This is an Ann Taylor skirt. I sold it for $9.99. And then this is a J. Jill jacket. I took a best offer of $20. Buyers paid shipping on both. This lady was upset because of the shipping was so much, but she's in Oregon and I'm in Iowa, so it's $10. I mean, she wasn't like upset, but she didn't understand it. And I first said, well, the shipping it shows up to you when you're logged into eBay. You know, it's right under the price what the shipping is going to be. I said, you can cancel it if you want to, but she still wanted it. So anyway, I don't have to go anywhere today. So my hope is I can get some stuff listed. We shall see. And Mr. Charlie's here. Hi, Mr. Charlie. Look how big you're getting, buddy. Oh, you're a big boy. You're a big boy, Charlie. Oh, you got a toys and balls. Oh, you got a big bone because you're a big boy. Okay, guys, that is going to wrap it up for my first week back doing weekly eBay sales updates. Lucy, you going to come up here, honey? They're getting ready for bed. So if you guys like these videos, please give this one a thumbs up. Leave nice comments below. Subscribe if you're new. And I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Say bye-bye. Bye-bye. I'm Charlie the Pug. 5 months old. I'm 5 months old. Lucy, can you look at the camera? There's a pretty girl.